Thank you so much, everybody, for expressing an interest in the hybrid strength baseline protocol. We're going to get into a little explanation here on the whiteboard, and then we're going to be giving you guys some examples on how you can effectively apply these principles. See you there. Peace. What's up, guys? Now that we got your information, we're going to start sending you guys a very detailed system that you can start to apply to maximize your results and make sure that you're getting the fundamental information necessary to make informed decisions that will keep this whole process safe and effective. So in this PDF and video series, we're going to be focusing on strength baseline testing, how to get a really good solid foundation to structure the rest of the programming off of. But really briefly, you can get a little glimpse into the future. These are the different themes, the variable themes in the hybrid program and how they function. Week 1, we're doing minimal variation, high load, high rest time, basic strength testing. And I'll give you some examples of those movement patterns in a moment. Then week 2, we're building capacity and stabilization, endurance. So that's higher reps with a stabilization component so you can build competency and control. Week 3, we go through a tempo and hypertrophy week with low rest. So we're building a little bit more muscle, a little bit more capacity. Week 4, we manipulate the strength curve. So that's using bands, chains, deficits, landmines, things that are going to challenge different parts of that range of motion more specifically. Then we go through another tempo and hypertrophy week with a higher rest period. Then we go through a week of minimal variation or mixed variation. So we're mastering the fundamentals, making sure we're not getting too crazy. 7, speed and power. So you build some fast twitch capacity, some explosiveness, and you get a little bit of a break for your nervous system. And finally, in week 8, we retest so we can make sure that you are objectively moving forward. Following that, we have a 4-week-long bridge. The bridge workouts are by no stretch of the imagination easy, but they're a little bit simpler and there's a little bit of a deload there to make sure that we keep everything balanced. Some of the movement patterns that we focus on getting a strength baseline for are hinging variations, whether it's bilateral or single leg. Squat variations, same thing. Lunging or split lower body variations. Horizontal and vertical pushing, horizontal and vertical pulling. Rotational capacity or twisting, your ability to explode vertically like a vertical jump, and your grip strength. These are all fundamental measurable aspects of training to make sure, again, we're making informed decisions that are effective and sustainable. Thank you so much for reaching out. Looking forward to getting in all these details with you guys. We'll see you on the other side. Peace. Alrighty, so we're gonna get into some of the particular movements. This is just an example. Like I mentioned previously, when we're testing strength, we like to minimize variability, keep it simple so it's repeatable and scalable. So here are some examples. On day 1, which is a Monday here, we could be testing a barbell deadlift. So that's a hinge pattern. A bilateral barbell deadlift is a really good way to have repeatable, measurable improvement. So we'll do some barbell deadlifts. We're usually going between 3 to 5 reps, keeping a good eye on your technique and form, making sure it's safe with 3 to 5 minutes of rest. And again, these variables oscillate between different training blocks. One 8-week block, we might be resting longer. The following 8-week block, the rest time might be a little shorter, or we would move into some of the different variations, like a split stance deadlift or a single leg deadlift. Then we're gonna test your grip. We'll use a machine, you can get these on Amazon, to get your pinching strength and measure your grip, or we could be doing a hang or a hold for time, followed by some accessory work. So typically in a hinge pattern day like this, we'll be doing some decompressive hamstring work, like different bridging variations using a GHD or hamstring curls on a rower or on a Swiss ball. An example for our horizontal and pressing and vertical pulling. Barbell bench press, again, because it's simple, repeatable, and measurable, and some kind of pull-up variation. So if you have not built the strength to do a full body weight pull-up, there's many ways that you can work around that, assisting yourself with your lower body or a band, something of that nature, followed by some accessory work that's not too neurologically demanding, like some isolation arm work, to supplement that, to make sure that you're still getting a good pump, you're getting a good workout in, but we're not gonna fry your brain. Day 3 is a little bit more dynamic. We're probably gonna be doing some kind of vertical testing and or metabolic testing. So putting together a series of techniques or exercises like pushing and pulling sleds, hopping on a on an assault bike, doing medicine ball variations for time, so we can retest your ability to accomplish and do the same amount of work faster. Day 4, probably a split squat or landmine clean. That way we're still stimulating our lower body twice in that week, but we're not getting pattern overload with hinging. Again, paired with supplemental auxiliary exercises following that, like body weight lunges, or something that's gonna get that same triple extension that you would get in a clean variation. And day 5, an overhead press. You could be using a barbell, kettlebells, dumbbells, depending on each individual and your ability to perform those movements well, that can change, and a bent over row. Certain movements like a bent over row, it is really important to get the technique down on that, so you're getting strict rows that are hitting a particular range of motion and you're not cheating. It's real easy to cheat on rows, again, followed by some auxiliary work. In the gym here, in the classes, we also have a 6th day, which is a Saturday for us, where we don't test, and it's a deload. We're probably gonna be doing some myofascial release work, some breath work, and some joint range of motion. Then we go right into the next week, which we're gonna get into in the next part of this video series, where we're going lighter and working on stabilization and endurance. But simple movement patterns, pushing, pulling, hinging, squatting, various angles with long rest times and low reps, so low volume, high intensity, logging all that data so we can make sure that all the variables that we apply are getting you to move forward. All right, see you guys in the next video. Peace.